Pull the sweatpants out.
Like, hold up.
Time to get serious. Time to get in this.
Get serious here. Yeah, part of me is worried. I think it's just out of propane, to be honest. Bitch.
I like that sometimes.
Oh. No way, because it just lit earlier.
It smells. Definitely smells like propane.
Can you smell it? Okay, yeah.
It smells like farts.
Yeah.
Sulfur. Ooh,
And,
bro.
and sulfur.
Alex, what the hell?
Sorry, dog.
What you eat, man?
Chicken and sweet potato.
Chicken food.
Steak.
Steak. It's a beautiful backyard, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I love it.
We're gonna like try to put some lights in those trees and stuff. We have this neighbor named Jose who's been doing like a lot of like he mowed our lawn.
Mm.
And he's been saying he was gonna work on that. All right, hold up. There's got to be a method to the madness here.
What color lights?
Just like some regular little string lights. You see somewhere hung up right there, and I can put them on, but they're kind of low and they're not really how we plan on having it.
Gotcha. Bro, I want a tree in my backyard.
You want a tree?
That'd be so fun to do the lights.
I was gonna say I'm pretty excited about having like developed trees in my backyard. And you know what's nice too is we don't share that tree line with anybody. There's nobody on that other side.
Wait, so there's nobody in the back?
No, it's Atmos Energy, which is like a energy company, I think.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's like workers out there. But besides that,
Taking a shit, Cora?
is she taking a dump?
Yeah, she taking a big old dump.
Read instructions before lighting. Control knob must be in off position.
You really commit to this.
Yeah.
You want me to maybe get my lighter?
Yeah, you got a lighter?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier.
I have one beside too, but try yours. The first night I lit this, I had to light a piece of paper on fire and then just throw it in there. We're working on it.
¿Qué te pasa? Mufasa?
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Can't be walking in between my legs.
What's the deal, Morty?
Gotta be careful.
Be sweet, Bubba.
Alright, watch out. I don't want.
It's right here.
There we go. What the hell? I didn't even light it.
I don't know, but it worked.
You trying to burn me, motherfucker?
Go up. How's it going down? There we go.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
Nah, I wasn't. God damn. That was crazy.
That was pretty cool though.
Alright, we got it. Here we fucking go.
Dude.
Is that gonna pick up our audio from this photo?
You know, if it does, if it doesn't,
scoot
that's
up a little
alright.
bit.
I'm just here to talk to you, brother.
Yeah. Let's do it, man. Hi, Cora.
I feel like I could stare at this forever.
You know what's funny is there's been several times where it's just me out here and I find myself just staring at it.
For how long?
I don't know, not like crazy amounts of time, but there's definitely something about like fire and I don't know, I guess like the deep layer of the human brain, right? That's just like attracted to that.
What is that, visceral?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh,
Oh, what do we see? Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, come on, guys. Let's go. They're trying to run under the shed. I think they saw something out there. There's a hole in the fence right there. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah.
But,
Or in the fence of the shit.
or both.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
and it like lines up, so it's like a monster went through there or some shit.
Whoa, dude.
There's definitely rats in there, because when... You ever met my buddy Landry? Maybe? Anyways.
Is that Rifty Fish?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, when he came over here once and we went in there and we found like There's like these old beer neon light signs, that you'd like see in a bar. Yeah, most of them are shattered though, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I would totally put one in the garage.
Yeah.
But and then there's a couple that are like cutouts of Dale Earnhardt Jr., like the NASCAR racer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude.
But there's like a big hole in the shed, and then there's like straight forward there's a hole in the fence. So it's like something chewed through, or I don't know what. And it's like a big hole. So we need to get that patched up, but it just sketches me out when the dogs get over there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it's, like you said, it's a hole through the fence and then straight up a hole through that shed, man.
Yeah. But so this house was built in either 72 or 74, which means that shed is like the same age probably, or something.
So the previous owners, they didn't know?
Well, the people who had it actually before us, were just like a remodel. Like they were just flipping it. So like they bought it so they could remodel it and then profit on it. But the people before that, I don't know.
Look at that coat.
Yeah, it's good.
So what were we talking about in there?
We were talking about the guy who put together the basketball goal that would shuffle around.
Recall.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy
it was something after that, though.
It was something along those lines, just of how the guy created it at every level. Like he created the software, and then he created the hardware, and then he did the testing and created the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's so cool that it's like a bottom-up approach. Like he had every step in the creative process.
What I was going to tell you is, I know you said that that's like some crazy, thinking, like amazing thinking.
Yeah.
But I feel like if people, look from the outside in on what you do, that's fucking magic, dude. Like the way you transform people's bodies and stuff. Like, you're a huge part of my transformation.
Yeah.
That's fucking magic, dude. Like knowing that whole process. And
yeah. I appreciate that, man. I don't know. I can't take too much credit because it's like...
Because you do it.
Well, it's just like because there's these... You find these common trends. You try to get people on the right trajectory. You try to teach people like habits to integrate into their lifestyle so that it's not hard. It's going to take conscious effort, but it shouldn't be hard. And it's like once you can do that, it all kind of falls into peace. At that point, the cool thing about that is, and I'm just talking about, like whether it's lifestyle, nutrition, or whatever in that regards, but then it's really just about like sleeping 8 hours and training hard, and that's the fun part. Well, not the sleeping part, but the training part. Like, I'll just show you this transformation of one of my clients. We've only been working together for like 2.5 months. He's a GI surgeon, and he's been lifting for like 30 years, but like. He kind of came to me and was just saying he wanted a new approach and wanted to kind of get after it, and so we've been getting after it, and it's so cool because like the dude just trains hard, and we change a couple of things about like the day-to-day approach, like getting the step count up, being conscious of what you're eating.
Yeah, just very small things.
Yeah, just the minutia, and like you get huge results doing just that.
That's what I learned from you, dude. Like literally just taking those morning and night walks that you told me to do, I swear to God, Alex, that seriously kicked off what I did for the past, 6-7 months?
Yeah.
And I still do that. Maybe I don't do it every day, but whenever I get a chance to, like last night, I sat there and walked around my neighborhood for like an hour.
Yeah.
Just feeling more in touch with myself.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, because it wasn't even specifically about the weight loss. It was being able to recall my progress throughout the day, or just think, or sometimes I would learn from like listening to podcasts or whatever. It was just time.
Yeah.
That's what you gave me, bro. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But before that, what I would do with that time is probably before I go to bed or after I wake up, when I would be taking those walks, I'd be laying down in my fucking room watching YouTube for like an hour.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore, dude.
Yeah. It's so...
You freed me from that, man.
I don't know. You could say that, man. I didn't free you. Maybe I just encourage you to be a little more conscious about it. But I find myself doing that all the time. It's really funny that we're just talking about this, because I'm like... when I say I'm a creature of habit, man. Like I'm a creature of habit. So
Yeah.
like I try to go through the same morning routine pretty much every day, and kind of I'm short on time Monday through Thursday because that's when I do all my sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like trying to really optimize my time, and like I realized I find another like 15 minutes to half an hour of my day if I just put my fucking phone down in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Like, and so I think a big piece of it is just, again, being conscious and being present in like the things you're doing rather than like sitting there and just being mindless,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which I think it's okay to be mindless, but not so much from the stance of like staring at your phone, but being mindless, being present.
That's another thing that I learned from, I guess, just being able to separate myself from what I'm doing, being
Right.
mindless,
Right.
and realize exactly what I was doing. Because I started to learn that I would do exactly what you just said, and I'd be on my phone, not even realizing it, scrolling through Instagram.
That's the scariest part to me.
That's
Is you
scary
didn't
as
even
shit,
fucking
man.
realize it. You didn't even like. You're like, oh, what am I doing? What am I even looking at?
Yeah.
And I've realized, like, a lot of the times I scroll through Instagram, I'll see the same thing twice, and I've seen something before, but I know the first time I didn't even register it because I was mindlessly like scrolling, not paying attention, going through it, and so like
that's why
like,
TikTok
so much
is
wasted time. Dude, I refuse to get on TikTok.
Same here, dude. I have it
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I post my 3D stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Won't go through it, man.
I was making them for a while when it was like when it was first coming out, like fall of so like a year ago,
Uh-huh.
like around the time I was working at the cell. But I was just making like workout ones, and I don't know, dude, I didn't like it. I'm not a huge social media person as it is,
Uh-huh.
but I really didn't like TikTok, and the part that bugs me the most is like how overly sexualized a lot of it is.
It's scary, dude.
And I guess that's just like modern culture, and I feel like such a boomer for saying that, but it's like 1 second you're scrolling Call of Duty videos or dudes working out, and then the next video it's like a half naked girl dancing. You know what I mean?
And not
like,
only that, it's a half naked, like 14, 16-year-old.
Yeah, 100%. It's so odd.
I know that this is going to get completely off topic.
Yeah.
And it might get political.
Yeah.
But, so, I don't know if I'm ashamed to say this, but I've been listening to Joe Rogan and Alex Jones.
And AJ, good old AJ, that's funny.
Alex.
Yeah.
Shit that they be saying, first off, sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they back it up.
Oh, yeah.
With real shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you heard of the Pizzagate thing?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Pizzagate.
So, what I was thinking, and I don't remember if this was a organic idea that I thought of, or if I did hear it from someone. So, let me just state that, but I feel like they're trying to normalize pedophilia.
Yeah.
They're trying to normalize that shit, bro.
With
Whether
like
it be
TikTok and like
dude,
well,
you have
Instagram Reels is like the same thing. It's like
it's
like it's like spoon feeding you just fucking like borderline porn.
Yeah.
You know?
And TikTok, I felt like they were like the first pioneers of that. Yeah, Instagram was, but TikTok, I feel like was the first to actually almost have its own whole area specifically for that.
Yeah.
And then the Instagram Reels started coming out.
And that was just to match it.
It was to fucking match it, dude.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know, I have 5 siblings, and 3 of them are girls, and just thinking about that, man, and then hearing about, like, the shit that Alex Jones be talking about, it's crazy. Like, I subconsciously and consciously try to ignore it as if it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hard to to see that, this is actually real, man.
Yeah. So I watched, I didn't watch the most recent AJ episode, but I watched the first 2, and the second one is like fucking 4 hours long. And I don't know what happened, man, but that podcast, I don't know if I was just wired when I was watching it. I was watching it with 3 of my friends.
Uh-huh.
Each of them fell asleep at a different time, but like I have stayed up through the whole thing and was just watching it and just like listening to what this guy had to say. And like, so it's definitely a lot of like bizarre stuff, but the thing that gets me the most is like, a lot of it is backed up, man.
That's the scary part,
yeah,
dude.
and I can't speak to a lot of it, but like the first one that comes to mind is the whole chemicals in the water that like change the sex of a frog.
Okay, I haven't like heard about that part in the podcast yet, so this is all new to me.
Okay, it's just like apparently there's water in some places in America that like contains certain chemicals and whatever minerals or
Towards a
toxins.
freaking frog skin.
Yeah. It's changing the sex of frogs. So
changing
like
the sex or the sexuality.
like literally changing the sex of frogs.
What the?
Yeah, because it like changes their hormonal balance, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely talking about something I don't know.
That sounds about right, though, right?
But yeah. And so, anyways, I have refused to drink tap water for the past few years.
I've been thinking about that.
I don't know. It just freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and we have this water. We got this water filter here, and it came with this little meter that measures the amount of. I think it's not. I don't know. I'm sure it's not exactly the same, but it's like the minerals or like something in the water. And our tap is like a level 300, and then you put in the filter, and it's like a 1 to a 3, and it recommends you don't drink anything over 7.
You think? I feel like you think
So our
that's
tap is
intentional.
300.
I know this is all like us speculating.
I have no
this
idea.
point.
I have no clue.
I
But I'm
wonder
just
if-
saying, like, I definitely don't trust tap water. Is what I'm boiling this all down to, and it's
Yeah.
because of AJ.
Fuck,
He was at least the one that made me actually think about it.
It makes you think about stuff that you don't. I
Yeah,
feel like you're
fair
not
enough.
supposed. Okay, this may sound dumb, but things you shouldn't have to,
Yeah.
and like I feel like you're not supposed to even
Yeah.
have to think about.
But I get why people write him off. I definitely
Because
don't.
it's ridiculous.
Well, and I definitely don't think like it's right that he got all his social media platforms taken away. Like I don't really agree with that. But yeah, I don't know, man. He's a character, but he doesn't help his case when he like goes on JRE and is like asking Eddie to choke him out and like
I know.
you know.
See, the stupid
like,
thing about that
trying
is
to-
he gets drunk on those fucking podcasts.
Yeah, well, did you hear like on the first one when he like hit the blunt that they were smoking? Apparently, he like lost the right to his kids or something like that, or like he lost custody of his kids. Yeah, just for
Because
smoking
of that?
just for smoking a blunt on JRE.
So I remember.
and it's legal in California, but he lives in Austin, so he's a Texas guy.
Not only that, but he specified multiple times, "Oh, I'm not, smoking weed. This is tobacco." I want, I don't know. In every podcast that I heard with him, he clearly specifies that. So
Yeah.
how can they pin him on something like that?
Well, I mean, I think they're more so just saying it for like legality's sake, and maybe they just found some way to still get him on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does.
I wonder if he actually gets, because he in the last podcast with JRE, you said you haven't heard it, right?
Yeah, I have. There's another guy on it too, right?
Jim Dillon, I think.
Jim
Or-
Dillon.
I think that's his first name. I know his last name is
Yeah.
Dillon or Dion or something like that.
Okay.
Dijonese.
Dijon Mustard.
Dijon Mustard Boy. But he was saying in his last podcast that like all of this information and all of this stuff is actually starting to get to him, and that's why like he's a drunkard and all of that stuff. But I don't know, man. That's some scary shit.
That's why he's a what?
Like I don't know if that's the right word. Drunkard. Like
Oh, that's why he
drinker?
drinks. Yeah.
yeah, that's why
yes,
he
yes.
drinks a lot.
I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy.
It is.
I think it's kind of one of those ignorance is bliss things too. Like
Which
I think
is
a
a
lot
gift
of people
sometimes.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people turn a blind eye to it just because like
It's scary.
it's weird to think about.
We live in our perfect worlds. Maybe not like perfect, but in the whole scheme, like
We like to things like
big
that.
picture, it
Think
does.
thing like that don't happen here.
Yeah, exactly, man.
We like to think we live these perfect, peaceful little lives. You know.
Look at that flame. It's almost white.
It's mesmerizing, dude. I think that's full. That's cranked all the way up right
Dude,
there.
I can't wait until I start making money off of this stuff and I build myself a better computer.
Your creative stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want to create things like this.
Yeah.
On a massive scale.
Really? What do you mean when you say a massive scale?
So
Define that.
I've always had these dreams. I haven't lately, but I would have these dreams of things in like extremely massive scales. So for example, maybe with this fire, a dream would be like, so we would have houses or some kind of landscape with, to put everything in perspective. And then the flames would be just like this. And it would be animated just like 1,000 times bigger than the houses themselves. and just I just want to recreate
Yeah.
the feeling of
Fire.
no, not that, the feeling of like being in front of something that's so great, and so amazing, and so like
Yeah.
I don't know, so powerful,
Yeah.
and just so massive. But I can't. Even if I was to be able to, do that in 3D,
Well, how
it's
can
not
you?
real.
I was gonna say, how can you even? How can you
VR.
create that feeling? I was gonna say, I feel like that's like your only.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you can create the kind of skill you're talking about just looking at it on a computer screen, you know?
Damn, that just made me huff out. I just only in my dreams, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would be like a VR project or like. Do you have any interest in like doing some of your animation stuff in like big budget movies or anything like that?
I'm trying to start dreaming bigger.
Yeah.
So I feel like all these years I've been dreaming small and like listening to not my parents, because my parents have always been supporting, but like my stepdad, his name is Mark, and I guess I hold him to like a high regard, or at least I used to,
Sure.
because he's the very logical, rational, go to college, this is the only way you can be successful.
Yeah.
It's not realistic to do anything else.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do this,
It's a hyper-realistic.
have a fallback plan, which I kind of, see the reason for that, but at the same reason, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm starting to dream again.
Yeah. I hear you.
I love that, dude.
It's exciting, man.
I'm starting to fucking dream again.
It's exciting.
And, like, I feel fulfilling, bro. I feel like every day I'm actually fulfilling, like, just feeding my soul.
Yeah, you seem like you've been on a good stride.
Dude, I feel so good, Alex.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good, man.
it's amazing.
That's good.
I remember last time that we had, even though this isn't really a podcast, this is us just talking, the last time that we had a podcast, if you even want to call
Been
it
2
that,
years ago.
in my theater room,
Yeah.
dude, I was so insecure back then.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you could tell from my persona, but like, I felt like everybody that I talked to, I had to impress, or I had to, say something specific, or they were always judging me. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
because I was fat and, whatever. Like, I just felt inadequate.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the journey to feeling more than just adequate,
Right. Right.
Like, I want to be fucking different, bro. I want to be myself.
Yeah. 100%.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. 100%.
I look up to you
You look up
when
to
it
me.
comes
That's
to
funny,
being
man.
myself, dude.
What makes you say that?
Everything about you, dude. This is me speaking from my heart right now.
Okay.
Everything about you, I look up to. I know that we are really good friends, and I don't know if it's just me having this idealistic view of you. It very well may be,
Yeah.
But I feel like your thought process, where you're going in life, and obviously I'm not in your head, so I don't know of your step backs.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are some, but at least from the outside looking in, it's very inspiring to see someone who is literally moving forward every single motherfucking day. Okay,
Thank you,
maybe
man.
not every day. Every
Yeah.
time that I see you,
I appreciate that, man. Thank
every time your posts, your everything, dude.
you. Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
Thank you, man.
Like, it's fulfilling even for me to see somebody else believe in themselves the way that you do.
Thank you, man.
And I've only
I
met
appreciate
a
that.
few other people in my life like that.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, dude.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't know. I always grew up thinking just like the sky really is the limit, just as far as what you can do, and I believe you're always in more control than you think you are, just as far as like what you're capable of and what you can do and what your potentials are, and like there's the obvious asterisk of like, all right, well, I'm not LeBron James and I'm definitely not the next Mr. Olympia, but like that doesn't say anything about my ability to train people and change their bodies, or
Exactly.
my ability to learn and grow as a human being.
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where like all of my role models were always overachievers, and you know, it's just like, man, it sounds silly, but it's like watching Dragon Ball, right? Like
Yeah.
every episode.
For me, Naruto.
Yeah, and it's like every episode, Goku's just a little stronger. Or like, you know, did you watch The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary?
No.
Okay, so it's about Michael Jordan, and it's just kind of trying to explain like why he really is the best that ever played basketball, and you know how highly regarded he was among his top, just these high performing athletes and individuals, and like, you know, the way they looked at him.
Yeah.
But like, what was so interesting to me about that whole thing is it's like, man, there's just, of course there's talent, yeah, but it's like when the dude needed to do more, he just did more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when he needed to turn it on, he just turned it on. And like Brandon and I always joke about it, but it's literally just saying like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go harder. Like that's it. You know, if you're being a bitch in the gym, fuck it, I'm just gonna go harder. If you can't get more clients and you want more clients, fuck it, I'm gonna go harder. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, you always have the capacity to put a little bit more of yourself forward. So I don't know. I've really truthfully believed that, and like I was also raised like, you know, and I don't mean this in a bad way or anything, but like Rob Bailey has this opening to a song, and he's like, no one gives a fuck about you. Nobody cares if you don't have enough money. Nobody gives a fuck if you're hungry. Nobody gives a fuck if you're tired. That's all on you. So like, there's a lot of truth to that. Like, and if you want to eat, you gotta put the foot forward. You know, you can't sit there and wait for a handout. And I think that's like, I really appreciate what you said, and I have people tell me that sometimes, and like I appreciate that, and maybe just the way I think is a little like non-normal or whatever, but to me it's just like, yeah, no, that's what I'm supposed to do.
I think it's the most normal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just because of my perspective, but I feel like you are the most normal. Like, you are what people should be, you know, living for themselves.
Yeah.
You know? Like, dreaming and executing on those dreams.
Yeah, I appreciate
that. Like Jocko said, taking ownership of your life.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people aren't. And, you know, for the past 5 years, I haven't been.
Yeah.
You know, I've been living behind a curtain and hiding myself from the world and hiding myself from myself.
Yeah.
So you are the most normal. I look at you the same way that I look at, this might sound crazy, I don't know if it will or not. I look at you the same way that I look at Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
Joe Rogan.
Okay.
A lot of comedians, because comedians are so in touch with themselves.
Yeah.
Just people who follow themselves, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And make a life of themselves. And I guess I've been hiding myself from myself for so long that's why I look up to people like you.
Yeah.
Because it's almost empowering. Like you said with meeting with what was his name? That athlete that we were just talking about inside.
Ben Pekulski.
Yeah, Ben Pekulski. You meeting with him and him almost like boosting you up. Well, watching y'all from the outside in, that's just like maybe not as intense.
Yeah.
But it's that same feeling. Like, again, maybe at a lower level.
Yeah.
But like when I'm interacting with you in person, it's that same feeling, dude. Yeah. It's that same feling.
Yeah.
Like over the phone, again, lower level, but it's the same fucking feeling, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Well, I was also super lucky to be raised in a family where I was very loved, and I was supported, and you know, but it was also, like I said, like you gotta, nobody's gonna hand you anything, you know, everything's on you. And so it was my household it was weird, man. My family growing up, it was like, okay, the expectations are they're high, man, but like that's because we think you can, you know. It was just that kind of thing. And I was really lucky to be in that situation, and then being raised in Prosper, where, you know, my family definitely was not the richest or the wealthiest on the block, but like being in Prosper and just being surrounded by like a lot
uplifting.
of wealth and a lot of like high performing people. I was like, okay, like if I want to take myself seriously, like here's some standards I need to live up to. And like, man, I've been so lucky that like a lot of my clients I've been able to look at as mentors. I mean, one of my clients from a long time ago has been essentially guiding me on this whole process.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Like he's really been like my guide and my mentor through this. And so I don't know, man, I've just been so lucky to have so many great mentors and like
everybody's supporting you, dude.
Yeah, like and it's so funny. It's like I appreciate everything you said, and I don't think there's anything special about me at all. But like, I think I'm just in this funny situation where like I was lucky enough to be given a lot of opportunity, and I was also like taught well enough and guided well enough to know like I can't take advantage of that opportunity. Like I need to capitalize on every single thing that you know what I mean? So that's why like, you know, that's why I was working 90 hours a week for a while. You know, that's why I was getting, you know, 4 hours of sleep when I was in high school, because I was trying to learn everything I could. And, you know, when I was in high school, I thought I could be Mr. Olympia. And like, you know, looking back now, like that's super silly.
But still, those things that you can hold on to, you know, at that age is so powerful. You know?
Well, but where I was going with that too is it's like, you know, thinking that I could do that, it was like, okay, I know I'm not genetically elite, but like I got to figure out like the best way to do this. And so I had to learn everything I could. So like now I know like, okay, well, yeah, maybe not, man. But that thought process has served me so much, in that like I realized, okay, to do the things I want to do, I need to have a certain level of discipline and a certain approach. You know. So I really appreciate the kind words, man. But I don't think it's anything special. I think I was just given the right cards, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm not trying to have like a pity party on me, because I don't see it as a pity thing at all.
Yeah,
it's more of me feeling what I'm about to say. It's more of me feeling so grateful that I've had the same supportive situation that you have had.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, it's almost a fucking miracle that I do have that supportive situation. And it's literally all built around my mom.
Yeah.
So when I was born, which I guess, you know, I can't, you know, perceive shit when I was born, so this doesn't really matter. But my mom was given a different baby, a whole different baby. And the nurse gave it to her, and she was like, "That's not my baby." And the nurse was like, "Yeah, that's your baby." And, you know, she kept on saying, "This is not my baby." And so finally, which is crazy, it makes me think like, you know, how many times has this happened before? They went back, they double checked, and they found me, and, you know, gave him back to my mom. But my point is that I grew up in the hood. Like, we lived in an apartment with, it was my family, my nana, my two uncles were in there, and then my cousins lived in there. And this was, I believe, a 3-bedroom apartment, or maybe a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know, eventually we kept on moving up and up and up and up, and until we finally, you know, moved to Prosper, which, like you said, Prosper is freaking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, my sisters hate it because the standards that they put you up to, but I absolutely love the standards that they put you up to.
Yeah, I get what they're saying there, but like that's the thing, is it's like, man,
yeah, like coming from Lone Star, where there's literally no standards. You know, the whole thing about senior year in Lone Star is we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, like nothing had to be done. Come on, let's go, guys.
What's up, Cora?
Hey, they need to be out here so they can see you and hang with you. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's
still sitting in there, right? Okay.
Morty.
They just want to run.
But, you know, having my mom, and I guess this is just a memento to my mom. I don't even know what memento means, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, a memento.
That, you know, I have the beliefs that I do, and, you know, believe in my abilities because of my mom.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking out loud, but fucking love
them. Yeah. No, and I think that's just an testament to like how important it is to like support people and be there for them, and, you know, in whatever capacity. So like, this might be a weird like tangent, but I think a big reason a lot of my clients are so successful is like they're open to me supporting them. You know, like there's plenty of times where I flat out tell people like, hey, I'm your support system. Like this, I am here for you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where I gotta tell people like I'm on your team. Like you have to be honest with me. Like you can't, you know what I mean? And so I think that's the thing is when you're level-headed with someone and maybe expect something is the wrong word, but like you let them know that regardless you have their back. I think that's when people really perform.
Yeah, it's like when you merge, like, again, this is gonna sound dumb as fuck, but when you merge souls with each other,
yeah,
it's so empowering to both of y'all, and you're able to understand each other, which is, I don't know, I feel like that's what we're made to do, bro.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's uncomfortable as shit. But that's cool that you actually go up to them and, you know, clearly state that you're here for them as a supportive system.
Well,
really
yeah, because it's kind of one of those things. And here's the way I view it. So, like, my introduction to fitness, I was always the fat kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And my introduction to fitness was football in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
And man, when I say I used to get this, like, gut-wrenching anxiety, I mean it 100%. Like, I couldn't,
really?
Like, my stomach would hurt. I couldn't stop thinking about football practice later. Like, I couldn't stop thinking because I knew someone was going to chew me out and yell at me, and then I was going to have to hit with somebody, and we were going to do, like, real shitty workouts, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so, like, I knew from the get-go that, like, I didn't want people to feel the way that I had felt when I was introduced to fitness. So, like, I tell everybody on their first session, like, man, it's going to be relatively easy. Like, we're going to move a little bit, but, you know, it won't be hell on earth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to gradually build into that. You got to support the person. Like, nothing is a bigger pet peeve of mine than when a trainer is just, like, tries to flex how hardcore they are or how much they know.
Asshole.
And they just try
you're
to, like,
asshole.
they just try to beat people to the dirt with these, like, incredibly hard workouts that aren't even accomplishing anything. And it's like, you mean to tell me you think it's a good idea for someone to do 200 squats on their first workout ever? Like, you know what I mean? So it just doesn't make sense to me.
Damn it, I forget. Because I was listening so, like, close.
And then Morty just got you.
No. Like, I was listening, but there was something I was going to say, but I was like, you know, let me finish this.
Oh, yeah.
But
I do that all the time when I try to when I try to focus and listen.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget one time I heard this quote, and it was something along the lines of, like, I say I'll never forget, and then now I'm paraphrasing it, but it was something along the lines of, like, most people don't listen, they just wait to talk.
Yeah.
And I think that's really true.
Exactly.
So I always try to, like...
It helps you understand people when you don't listen to talk. I mean, when you don't listen, you just try to find, you know, your place in to say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what I think a lot of, like political discourse is. And, like, that's why I think a lot of people end up in these screaming matches. Because, like, you're not actually listening to what the other guy's saying. You're just waiting for him to stop talking so you can start. Or you're just waiting for an opportunity to talk over him. You know?
Biden won.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
That's crazy.
I won't put this in the thing. I don't know how you are about politics. But who did you vote for?
I didn't vote.
Neither did I.
And here's my thought process with that. So we just moved out here, and my address on my license is still technically Denton County, which is like over an hour away, and is like 20 or 30 minutes from where I work, which is already like a 45-minute drive from here. And so, like, it's
more of an inconvenience issue.
Yeah, well, that was in my head. I was like, man, I gotta take, like, a pretty good chunk of time out of my day to go vote for neither candidate that I can really, like,
relate to.
Yeah, and get excited about. So, like, I don't know. I just didn't, Brianna voted for Biden. She was really excited when he won.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. I didn't know who to vote for. I wasn't going to. They both.
I think a good chunk of my friends voted for Biden. But
I was rooting for Biden, but then I guess after hearing that Alex Jones shit, I was like,
they always
I don't know what to believe now.
I mean, all of that, but that's the thing, though, is it's like, man, like, you can just trash talk each candidate for days and days and days, but it doesn't make the other one better or worse.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know.
Especially when you can't tell what the truth is.
Yeah, I know this is like the age-old thing and a generic thing to say, but it's like, man, out of all the incredible people that live in this country, like those are the two we could come up with.
I know, man.
You know,
It's kind of crazy.
good boy.
Oh yeah, and then you got Kanye, which
Did you watch him on JRE?
I did, dude.
Dude, I watched 10 minutes and I don't understand what the fuck he was saying. I stopped
watched
watching.
every second of that podcast.
How was
I think 3 times.
Really? I watched the
Yes.
first 20 minutes.
I guess I was very intrigued by Kanye.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I just love people that sound, very passionate, especially when it comes to creativity. Like, I don't know. I find it so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like the ability to think of just these grand ideas. Like, I don't know if it was in the first 10 minutes that he was talking about this or not. I don't think it was, but he was talking about his Jesus Walks album, and he was talking about a plan that he wanted to do, which was build a coliseum and then hire like thousands of choir singers and have them go to like a summer camp. I may be like paraphrasing, but the idea I'm getting right. Go to a camp where they live there and only like study singing, and then they sing like
they
gospel.
Really immerse themselves.
Yeah, they sing gospel in the huge arena where thousands and thousands of them will be singing.
Yeah.
And then he demonstrates what they would sound like, and I guess this might go back to my idea of like massive things that fed into that idea.
Yeah.
And oh my God, dude, I would pay whatever to just be in the center of that and just listen to that.
And hear it. Yeah. And he definitely has like some grand ideas.
Yeah.
And he's definitely very like dedicated to his faith and things like that. But I think it's more so just the way his thought process works. And the way and the way he communicates, and like there were several times where Joe like asked him a pretty straightforward question, and he would just kind of like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, man, how do you? Because the way that works is like if you ask me what color my house is, I'll tell you what color it is.
Yeah.
But like if you ask Kanye what color his house is, he starts telling you about his cat.
Yeah. And he's like, so the cat
yeah,
and then that's because
and it's
and
like
if you
the
look
way
at the history of
yeah, and it's like the way he formats it is like you think he's gonna get there, but he never gets there. At least I don't think he does.
So I will
maybe
say
I just don't have
this.
the patience for it. It's probably me.
Yeah, maybe. Here's because now that I'm thinking about it, like right now at this moment, I've had moments where I think exactly like his thought process is.
Right.
And when I'm in those moments, I'm in like some kind of like super focused, creative, like brainstorming sessions.
Okay.
Like for example, I think it was last week, me and my cousin were talking about like these trays that she's building, and like once the idea got planted in my brain, like I just went off with boom, 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 ideas.
How do you manifest it? How do you create it? How do you?
Yeah, not only that, but like the people that are using this, what would they like to have implemented in it, and what's different, and how can you separate, blah, blah. And so all of these ideas were just boom, 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 just being bombarded, and I was just spilling them out. And I think that's what Kanye does. He just thinks. And I would imagine, with like what he does, and literally that type of thinking, is his job. That's like his daily thing, and so obviously he's gonna get really, really good at it. Yeah. Just spilling shit. Yeah. So I don't know. That was my thought process behind it, but I guess it was just intriguing, seeing somebody being able to just have those ideas. Yeah. And like wholeheartedly believe in them.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you say what you want about him, but he's definitely dedicated to his ideas and what he wants to do, and he doesn't half-ass things, that's for sure.
He was talking about his ego, that God gave him that ego in the beginning of his life.
I heard that part.
Yeah.
Something along
that was a cool way of
something along the lines of like to get him to a certain position and like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting idea to entertain, though, because, like, theoretically, like, you would never have been the strongest teen in the world if you didn't have the ego to think you could be.
Yeah, the ignorance.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like,
Bruh.
you know, and yeah, well, just to circle back, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have learned a lot of the things I did if I didn't have the ego to think I could be Mr. Olympia. I just had to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like...
Are these ideas, why are these ideas so... First of all, I don't want to be, like, what is it? Encroaching, or whatever on your, like, time. Because I know that you go to bed at a certain time.
No, you're good.
You're good?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's only 9:14.
We're chilling.
I think so.
Yeah, no, we're chilling. Thank you,
Alright,
though.
cool. Just want to make sure, bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. We're good.
Because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
But
Trying to-
last night, Brianna and I were up till, like, 12:30 or
Crackhead.
1:30. Yeah, and that was, like, crazy late for us, man.
Time you wake up.
What's that?
Time you wake up.
Today?
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you. 8:30.
Let me know. That's late, right?
Oh, dude, that's
yeah,
late. as
bro.
fuck. Yeah, that's super late. Because even on, like...
That's crazy because I wake
So-
up and you'll be messaging me at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, well, Friday yesterday was my day off. I just didn't have sessions, but I
Yeah.
got up at 5. Like, it's just kind of... If I can get to bed at a good time the night before, I'm up and at 'em, dude.
Was it you, or was it Jordan Patterson? Peterson. Was it you or Jordan Peterson?
It's probably me quoting him, because that dude is like...
Yeah, talking about sleep. That's saying, try to wake up. The most important thing is waking up at a consistent time every day.
I think as far as your sleep pattern goes, that's important, going to bed at the same time awake, because that's has something to do with like your circadian rhythms,
Yeah.
which is a little out of my scope. No, that's not a Jordan Peterson thing, no.
Oh, it's
just
not?
Like, yeah, it's like just a general sleep thing. Yeah. He's more your psychology, big thinking, responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His book was
12 rules.
massive.
12
yeah.
rules?
Yeah, the 12
Yeah,
rules.
dude, I consider myself super lucky, because 2 of the first self-development books I read was Jocko's Extreme Ownership, the one I lent you, and then 12 Rules for Life.
That's crazy.
Those are,
I feel like they work hand in hand.
yeah, I read those like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man, I mean, those are really like, those will set you right, man.
They will. I would listen to that on my walks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just got the Extreme Ownership again.
Really?
So
I've been fucking dude. I'm so pissed. I lent both of those to this kid.
I remember you telling me that last time.
this kid I was mentoring for a little bit, and then his mom
Both?
just like, yeah, and then his mom sold it, and I was like, dude. I say I was mentoring him. I was trying to mentor him. I was training him for a while, and I was like, man, I think I could really help this guy out.
Uh-huh.
And, maybe just try to get him on the path a little bit. Anyways, obviously that didn't work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's always kind of hurts.
But I've been meaning to buy them again, just to have for my library and maybe read them, because I like my little book collection on my bookshelf. So just to have them. But
Does that hurt when you can't help people out? I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say hurt, but it's like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
So as long as
you're so cute.
as long as I feel like I led that horse to multiple pools of water, I'm satisfied.
You did your job.
Yeah. But it is sometimes when it is as simple as drink and people don't.
What's wrong? Why are you whining at me?
He's a character, man. He's a character.
What kind of makes this he again? He?
Morty, yeah, he I don't know, man. He's got a little bit of corgi in him. He's got a little bit of everything. Brianna knows his genetics thing, so maybe she could look it up.
That was crazy hearing about Cora's genetics.
Yeah, how she's like half
everything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and she's like, she's just all the dog breeds that want to fuck shit up. But I got my I did a 23andMe. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear my results. I'm supposed to get them by like November 21st or something like that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty excited to
You're gonna
hear.
be like part African or some shit?
I don't think so.
No, I'm joking.
The main reason I did is it tells you like what kind of like health deficiencies you're prone to. He just
Can Morty come up here?
Yeah, if you just tell him to get up.
Come here.
If you say like, get up, Morty.
Get up. He's like, nigga, I can't.
I was gonna say, Usually you can
Big
get him.
ass taking
I
up
was
all
gonna
the
say
seats.
usually you can
Alright,
get him
come
up in your lap. Yeah. Maybe not. He's a cuddler for sure though.
here. I'll try to make room.
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out how to get up there. Just like tap your lap.
There we go. Come on, Morty.
Come on, Morty. Get up.
I'm your
Good
Rick.
boy. Yeah.
I'm your Rick, Morty.
Good boy. Sit down, Morty.
Sit.
You sit. He's just like
Trying to find a comfortable spot.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Oh, look at you.
Y'all might have to sit on the
Yeah,
version.
maybe.
That's funny.
Oh, shit.
He's just trying to love on. Yeah, you can pick his butt up.
No.
Here's worth a shot.
You want to try again? You want to try again?
It's like,
Like,
yeah,
nah.
kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna try with you.
so he loves playing catch. And there's a ball, that blue ball right there,
Uh-huh.
that lacrosse ball. He'll bring that to you, and if he
Perfect.
brings that to you, he wants you to throw it. Yeah,
Perfect.
he'll play till he passes out. So
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah, if you throw that sucker for him a couple times, you guys might be BFFs forever.
I plan to create a lot next weekend when it comes to drawing.
I was kind of thinking
And
that
just
because I was
thinking
like, I figured you
right
could
here.
just sit out here with your laptop and the dogs, and
Yeah. I don't
Just
even
hang
want any laptop around.
yeah,
I'm going to be chilling with the doggos,
yeah,
laying down on the floor drawing.
yeah. Do it, man.
I want to create something cool.
Do it, man. So, but yeah. All right. You want to get the camera off?
Yeah.
Call it good.
Bro, that was so cool when
Alright.
we were talking about, like earlier, when we were talking about Rob Bailey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You were wearing your glasses.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in your glasses, the fire was like over your eyes, dude. So it was like, whoa.
reflecting.
It was like some anime
It was
type
getting
shit,
real
bro.
intense for a sec.
Yeah, exactly.